and welcome to this video on how to pay off debt fast with Velocity Banking. Are you a homeowner with equity in your home? Do you have a 401k that keeps dropping in value, leaving you feeling helpless and unsure of what to do? Are you struggling with credit card debt, feeling like you might never be able to pay it off? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then GCH Velocity Banking can help.
Paying off debt is a daunting task. It can take years, and the amount of effort that goes into it is huge. There are many ways to pay off debt, but not all of them are effective or simple. Velocity Banking is a debt reduction strategy used to rapidly pay off high-interest debt without having to increase your current income and without making drastic changes in your lifestyle. For example, an individual can use Velocity Banking in their personal finances to pay off debt faster, increase cash flow, lower expenses, and build credit, all while using their existing income. This strategy uses debt weapons as your primary account, allowing you to use lump sums, also known as chunking, to pay off high-interest loans and debts. This strategy works well for those who have a hard time saving money or have little savings to begin with, have limited or poor credit history, have several high-interest rate loans or mortgages, or just have limited income streams. Velocity Banking Strategy Number 1. Cash flow is king. Knowing this can mean the difference between being indebted or debt-free. Finances in general require that one knows the 5 basic principles to understanding their financial position. Budget, income, expenses, debt, and cash flow. Knowing these numbers will help set you up for success, and once you have your numbers, it's time to create a budget. A budget simply helps keep track of a household's money in and money out. It is used to help an individual or family spend less and save more. It is, at its most basic, a planning and tracking tool. A good budget sheet should contain columns and rows for recording income, expenses, debt, and cash flow. Email GCHVB for a free budget sheet to get started. Income represents salaries, Social Security benefits, and other sources of revenue coming in. Expenses represents fixed expenses, discretionary spending, recurring and non-recurring monthly payments. Fixed expenses represents those expenses that stay the same every month, like rent, mortgage, auto insurance, etc. Discretionary spending represents expenses that may change from month to month, like subscriptions, utility bills, etc. Debt represents total amount owed, plus interest and taxes on liabilities. In macroeconomic terms, it is debt which is used to fund consumption rather than investment. Cash flow represents your net income after expenses, what's left at the end of the month, or the money you can use to pay off debts and save. It's the difference between income and expenses. Velocity Banking Method versus Traditional Banking. The traditional banking method is used by most Americans, as few of us are taught alternative banking methods. We are also taught that credit is scary, bad, and will just leave us in debt. Truth is, the traditional banking method really just leaves many Americans living paycheck to paycheck and in debt anyway. We'll demonstrate this in a minute. Velocity Banking Method. Velocity Banking is a strategy where we use lines of credit as our primary checking account and do lump sum payments to pay off high-interest loans, increase our credit score, and monthly cash flow. This is done by taking advantage of revolving credit. To get a good understanding of these benefits, we'll need to know what this strategy looks like in comparison to the traditional banking method. Example: traditional banking with a checking account. Monthly income $5,000, expenses $3,000 equals $2,000 cash flow. Problem with this method is The $3K is now dead money. You can't reuse or get it back. Velocity banking with a credit card. Monthly income $5,000, expenses $3,000 equals $2,000 cash flow. This time, instead of sending our $5,000 income to our checking account, we will apply it to a credit card. Now we will pay our $3,000 expenses with a credit card. We still have our $2,000 of cash flow, but now we don't lose the $3,000 because the credit card is revolving. Plus, let's say one of our expenses was a $25 payment towards the credit card. Well, that was paid by directing our income to the credit card instead of our checking account, so it now becomes cash flow. So our cash flow is actually $2,025. We can still use the card, and when we get paid, we apply our paycheck to cover the full balance due on the credit card, thereby avoiding high interest. Personal line of credit, home equity line of credit, and even your 401k can be leveraged with Velocity banking. We call these debt weapons, and they help destroy high interest fast. The real beauty of leveraging is the ability to chunk or make large lump sum payments to high interest loans and debts, paying them down much faster and saving valuable interest. Want to know more? Hit that like and subscribe button. Share this video and email the link in the description below to receive a free auto-generated copy of the Know Your Numbers worksheet. After completing the worksheet from GCHVB, you can request a PDF course of the Velocity banking method complete with detailed instructions for beginning Velocity banking on your own. Don't want to go it alone? GCHVB offers consultations based on review of your numbers, situation, and goals. Using your numbers, we can prepare a strategy tailored to your needs. Email the link in the description. The personal monthly budget worksheet will auto-send to your email address. Fill it out, email it back to us with subject, PDF, consultation, or both, and a representative will contact you.